Welcome to the second part of modeling cartoon hands in plasticity. This one will be all about various surfacing techniques, so let's get ready to surface! Okay, let's start modeling the second hand, and this time we will make a closed hand, so a fist. And the closed hand won't look like this, Disney style glove hand. The closed hands will be without gloves. Here we had our backup shapes, and what I would like to do is selecting this main shape and duplicate it, pressing Shift D. So let's press Ctrl G, close and deactivate this one. Let's go to top view, cut this one right from the middle by creating a line, Shift A, and snap it here along the x-axis and press Enter. And now C for cut. First select the target body, which is our sphere, and then the cutter. We don't need this, so we can delete it. And this time we will surface the fist instead of making a boolean, because this one is a little bit trickier than the open hand, where we just took our fingers and slapped them together with the simple union boolean operation and filleted it. This time we have to think a little bit more strategically, and we will create a transition from the hand to the fingers. And we will do this by creating 3 circles. So the first one, let's start to create a circle, a center circle from the center here, from the origin. Snap it on the x-axis and make something like this. Let's duplicate this guy, pressing Shift D and bring it to here. And this one we can scale on the z-axis, pressing SZ, so we have a shape which has the similar curvature as the hand. And this one we will mirror to the other side, pressing Alt-X. Now we have something like this going on. Trim these inner parts, because we will join them. So let's press T for trim. Go to Edge Mode and press Alt, so we can select the whole loop. They are still unjoined. We need to join them by pressing J. Now this is all one curve. That's what we wanted. Bring this curve a little bit out, something like this. And the next thing we would like to do is creating some lines which we will imprint onto this hand. And just press Shift A for creating a line. So, and the line will start here from this point and snap it along the y-axis. Press Alt-X and go to control point mode. And if these are green, it shows that everything is cool. We won't leave these lines here. We will and bring them up along the z-axis. Now we can go to the top view and press SY to scale them along the y-axis. Now we can imprint these 2 curves onto this solid. So let's press Shift I for imprint curve. Select the target body, which is our solid, and select the curves. This one, you see that it imprints right away. and shift select the second curve. And we will do the same from the bottom. So therefore, let's take these two lines and bring them down. Shift I, select this solid, then the first line, shift select the second line, and press OK. The reason for creating imprint curves onto the solid is that we can now make a loop, and we can make them in parts. So what I mean by that is, if we take this guy first, let's extrude it by pressing E and extrude it along the y-axis. Let's take this guy and deactivate it for now. And we can bring the extruded one a little bit further out, G, Y, so it's not that close to the hand. And now we can start looping. First of all, go to face mode and delete this face. We don't need it by pressing Shift X. Okay, now we can go to edge mode, select this edge. Now you can also see the reason why we have imprinted these curves. So select this curve in edge mode and shift select this one. And now we can simply press L for loop, and we have something like this. And let's play a little bit with the tension by pressing D. And let's see what will happen. Okay, this is too harsh. We want the exact opposite, smooth transition. And we don't need to make the same operation for the other side. We will just mirror it over by pressing Alt-X. The only thing we need to do now is closing these holes. Select all the sheets we have. Now these sheets are in a different group than our main sheet. And now we are able to, I guess, to bring this one also to the other ones which are open, which aren't in any group. And we don't need this group any longer. We can delete it. Let's take all these sheets, press J for join, and now this is all one part. We can try different surfacing methods. Let's first go with the loop. If we press L with G1 continuity and shift select the other ones here with G0 continuity, and this one also G0, we can try to make G2 and see if it works. No, it breaks. So if we would surface this one with looping, we would have a result like this. Let's see how it looks by right-clicking on this and hiding the edges. I would always highly recommend to make a shortcut for this one. We have a result like this, which looks okay. Let's try other methods also. So bring back our edges, delete this one, and this time let's try patching this guy. So if we press Alt in edge mode, of course, Alt and select one edge, we can select the whole loop. Let's press Shift J for patching, Shift hole, patch hole. We have something wobbly like this, but if we go to G1 continuity and this one also, we have a smooth transition which looks cool. G2 breaks also, so if we go with G1 and hide the edges, we have a smooth transition like this, which looks cool. Let's bring back the edges. And this time we will make mirror for closing this one, because it's all symmetrical from left to right, from top to bottom. Because we started everything from the origin, everything is symmetrical. So let's press Alt-X and mirror it. Before mirroring, press Merge Halves Together. Now let's start making the fingers. Go to Edge Mode, select these edges. I mean, we have them here. We can activate it, but they are not on the correct spot because we changed this guy. So let's go to Edge Mode, select this edge, go to G, and then V for changing the pivot. And snap this guy here. And G again. And press Control for snapping it to here. So now this edge is, or this curve is at the same spot as the edge of this face. That's what we wanted. Now, in order to create the fingers, we will make a sweep. Let's first create a circle. And the circle will be this time a 2-point circle. And the beginning of the 2-point circle will be here at the middle. Therefore, let's first deactivate our main sheet. And again, let's make a 2-point circle here right at the middle and drag it along the Z-axis. Make something like this, a 2-point circle as small as possible. Can be even smaller. Therefore, I will recreate it. Ctrl Z, and again, a mid curve along the Z-axis. That's okay. And we just need the half of this curve. So first of all, let's go to left view or right view. Again, let's create a line here, starting here at the middle. And again, along the Z-axis. Press OK. And if we press T for trim, we should be fine. Okay, that's what we wanted. The next step is creating, again, 3 circles. The first one can be, again, a 2-point circle. And this time, this 2-point circle can start here. And if we go to front view by pressing numpad 1, by the way, if you are running an operation and your cursor is occupied by this operation, you can't use the radial menu, obviously. That's why I pressed Ctrl 1 for going to the front view. So that's the first circle. Let's take this circle and press Shift D and bring this one to somewhere here. And maybe a little bit up, something like this. And let's Alt X mirror this one to the other side. We have something like this. Okay, let's trim these guys by pressing T, then select the inner curves. Delete these guys and press OK. And now we can join these. It's the same operation as we did here. Select these guys and press J. Now this is all one curve. And if we look from the left view, this is pretty straight. We don't want it to be that straight. We want to rotate it. The pivot point of the rotation should be exactly here. Let's take this guy. Press R and V for pivot. So let's change the pivot point by bringing it to here. Let's go to the left view and rotate. Something like this. That's okay. And if we go to control point mode, we can see that everything is still connected at the correct spot. because these dots are green, so everything is fine. Let's leave this guy for now and go to this one, edge mode, and select it and go to, let's sweep it with this tool, Shift P. And now Plasticity asks us to select the spine, which will be this tiny thing. And now we have a sweep going on. Let's press OK and go to left view. This looks okay, but it is too much. Now we will make a cut somewhere about here. Let's try. Or even here. Because we don't want the fingers, the index finger and the pinky finger, to be that tiny all along the whole sweep. We want at the end that the index and pinky fingers become fatter. So we have to create a transition. And we will do so by cutting the lower part, by creating a line which starts here at the center. So press Shift A and then click at the center, and transition should start somewhere here at the upper part. And press Enter. And let's press C, select the target body, which is these fingers, the sweep, and select cutter, which is this line. Press OK, go to solid mode, delete the lower part, and now we will make a loft between these and the sweep we have just cut, and these three circles, but we won't loft right away. We will first make an extrude and loft the surfaces. So what I mean by that is just press E and extrude. So it extrudes along the normal, which is exactly what we want. And if we hide this curve for a minute, deactivate it, and go to edge mode and select the edge of this newly created surface, and Shift select this edge and press L for loft. You can see that we now have a nice lofting going on. And if we try G2, try our lofting operation with G2, mirror it to the other side because it's all symmetrical, pressing Alt X. And now what we can do is selecting all these sheets, the newly lofted ones, this one, the sweep, and also the surface we created for basically as a guide. And let's join them, and it all joins nicely. Now let's go to the inner part, to the inside of the middle finger, and go to edge mode and Alt select this edge, and let's see if we can patch it right away. These edges can remain or must remain at G0 because there has to be a sharp edge. And let's try to make this one G1. And if it doesn't work, if the patch breaks, just leave it at G0 because no one will see this. But anyhow, let's try to be perfectionists and make G1. And yeah, it doesn't break. So let's go with G1 for the middle edges and G0 for the left and right edges. Now we have surfaced the inner part. The only thing we need to do now is Alt select this hole for selecting a loop with edge mode, of course. And again, create a patch. These again have to remain at G0, and let's go with G2 for these two. And it looks cool. I like this. Okay. The next thing we would like to do is again another transition. So therefore, let's go to face mode, select these faces, delete them by pressing Shift X, and let's go to edge mode, and again loop select these edges and duplicate them by going to the left view, or this time let's go with the right view just to have a different perspective. It's always a good idea, a good practice to check your model and work on your model from different perspectives. I mean, this one is, like I said, symmetrical. But anyhow, let's go this time with the right view. Shift D for duplicating it. Bring this one out, rotate it, and again, we want to create a loft, but not with the curve, but with the extrusion of this curve. So let's press E, and again, press numpad 3 for go to the right view, because we cannot use our radial menu, because it is now occupied by this command, by the extrude command, and go to F for freestyle, because we don't want to extrude it along the Z-axis. We want to create our own axis, or use our own axis by pressing F, go to any snapping point, and extrude along the binormal or B-normal. Press OK. Yeah, that's what we want. Deactivate this curve. And again, let's loft. Do the same thing we did here. Select these two edges and press L. G1 continuity, press OK. Mirror this one over. Select all these. All this time, let's try to loft right away. First, hide this curve, if there is a curve. There's a curve. Yeah, this one. Let's deactivate it. Go to edge mode, select this edge, and now I'm a little bit confused. Maybe you too. Sorry for that. So let's do it from this perspective. Now we are at the inner region of the hand. Select this edge and this one, loft it, and select the side edges as guiding edges. For now it breaks, but we will turn them into G0, and that the loft works. Yeah, it works. Now we have lofted successfully the inner part of the hand. Like here at the upper part, the middle has to be G0, the middle points, connecting points, and the side points, side edges have to remain at G0. This time I prefer to select all these sheets and join them, so that I can go to edge mode and Alt select the whole loop and just patch it with G2 at the middle and G0 at the side edges. Select these faces and Shift X. Now we want to create the fingertips. And if we go to edge mode and select these guys and patch it and go to G1 continuity, we get a weird thing like this. That's not what we want, so we cannot patch it right away. We have to patch it one by one, and therefore we have to select these edges, duplicate them, select this one, and close them. Go to control point mode, select these two control points, loft them. G1 continuity is completely fine. So let's go with G1. Okay. Go to edge mode, select these. Join them, extrude them. Now it all becomes a little bit cluttered. That's why I prefer to select this edge and press Shift H for have nothing else but this circle. Again, E to extrude, but again, extrude along the normal. So therefore, we have to press F for freestyle and go to any snapping point like this one. Extrude along the normal. Yeah, this looks okay to me. Press OK. Select this finger, this circle, and delete it. Go to edge mode. Select again this edge and press Shift J. And what we want is the G1 continuity. Now we have this, a nice fingertip going on. Let's try G2. G2, no, it's too, doesn't have the nice curvature as in G1, so I will go with G1. This looks cool. Press OK. And we don't need the rest. We just want this fingertip, so we can delete the rest. And bring back the rest by pressing Alt-H, and there you have it. Our first fingertip is ready. Now we will, first of all, we can copy this to the other side by pressing Alt-X. Select this one, press Shift-H. We will again borrow some edges or borrow some curves from these edges by pressing Shift-D, because we will do the similar thing. Go to Alt-H for bring back the rest. Go to edge mode, select these newly created curves, and Shift-H to hide the rest. Go to control point mode, select this one, the end point, and this one, and press L for lofting, again with G1 continuity. Go to edge mode, select all these guys, press J for joining them, E to extrude, F to extrude freestyle. Again, try to extrude, F. Here it is. Okay. And if we bring back the rest and just check if we are fine, yes, we are doing good. We can Shift H again, hide the rest, go to edge mode, select the whole loop, and Shift J and G1. This one looks a little bit weird. It won't be that visible. So let's go to face mode, select these faces and delete them and bring back the rest. That's what we have so far. And if we go to solid mode, select all these three fingertips and the fingers and join them. That's okay, but we have to do one step before we join them. So Control Z. And first of all, let's take all these three fingertips and Shift H for isolating them. Go to solid mode, select one by one and press Shift J. Let's first of all create three solids. Shift J, that's the second solid. Shift J for creating the third solid. And let's try to make a union boolean. So Q, select this one, Shift select these two, and again Q for switching to union. press OK. Now we have one solid, and we did this because we want to get rid, let me show it this way. If we go back, we see that we have these intersections. And the most elegant way to get rid of decent intersections, which might cause trouble later on, is to create a solid of all three fingertips and union boolean them like we did. So pressing Q, select this one, Shift select this, go to Q, Boolean union, press OK. And the most elegant way to get rid of these intersections is, making it this way. Go to face mode, select this face, press Shift X. Now you have here, as you can see, a clean transition. And if we bring back the rest, pressing Alt H, I hope that we will be able to join them without any drama. So press J. Yeah, that's what we wanted. And if we go to hide these, that looks okay. Edge mode and hide this one also. Yeah, this looks okay to me. And if we activate this one, we have something like this going on. The only thing which is now missing is a thumb. So if you look from the left and bring back our edges, we can create a thumb which starts here. So therefore, let's create a 2-point circle or a center circle. It doesn't matter. Or let's do it here on the x-axis. Something like this. And as Z, scale it along the Z-axis. Okay. Bring this guy to, G, Y. Bring this guy here. That looks okay. And if we look from the top view and bring this one out, we can make again an imprint operation. But before we do so, let's first of all go to solid mode, select both solids, press J for joining them, and delete redundant topology. And this is by going to F and type in redundant for getting rid of these imprinted curves. Edge mode, press SS for scaling proportionally. Something like this, that's okay. And now we can go ahead and imprint. Let's go to Shift I, select the target body and select the curve we want to imprint. That looks okay. But before imprinting this one, I would like to make something else. I would like to imprint a curve, a circle here to the back, so we can extrude a hand out of it. Not a hand, an arm. So let's go to back view. Again, create a center circle this time, right from the center. Bring this one a little bit out so we can imprint comfortably. Again, go to the back view, Shift I, select the target body and then the curve. Maybe this is too much, so I will cancel the operation. Again, go to back view, go to edge mode, select our circle and squeeze it on the Z-axis by pressing SZ. Something like this maybe. Press OK. Again, Shift I, select the hand, then select the circle, press OK. Yeah, this looks better. Let's go here to face mode and delete this face. We can leave it for now as it is and go back to our thumb. Let's repeat the operation, selecting the hand, Shift I again, and select this one. Okay, but I don't want to that these two are that close to one another. So therefore, I will again go to left view, select the curve, S, B for changing the pivot, and scale it. So we scale it from this. Okay, again, imprint, Shift I, select the hand, then the circle. Let's check if that looks cool. Yeah, this looks cool. I like the distance here. Let's deactivate this one. Go to face mode, select these two faces, Shift X for deleting them. That's okay. This one is okay. Normally in 3D world, we don't like this kind of intersections. But in this case, that's okay because, yeah, in real world, it is something like this, that the fingertips go into the hand. That's exactly what we want. Okay, let's continue by creating the thumb. Let's look from the top view. Yeah, let's create a circle or an ellipse, which is something which has the angle of this. So therefore, let's go again to left view, create a circle. Can start a little bit lower. So if we look from the left view, let's go ahead and bring this circle to here. So it starts a little bit lower. It isn't at the same height as the hand itself. Go to top view, select this one, extrude it. Go to edge mode, select this one, and Alt Shift select this one. Alt for selecting the whole loop, and Shift for selecting it together with this one. So Alt Shift select these two and loft them and see what we get, and we are getting nothing. Play a little bit with the location of this one. Maybe it works this time. Again, let's Alt select this one with edge mode, in edge mode, and Shift select this one. Press L for loft with G0, but it gives us a harsh edge. That's not what we want. So maybe we can get away by selecting this one in edge mode and create an isoparam curve and snap it to here. So we will loft in, not in one piece. Again, go to face mode, create an isoparam. Again, let's look here where isoparam is because we haven't used it that much. Press F, isoparam here. You can apply a shortcut to this one, or you should apply a shortcut, because this one is also an important command. And snap this isoparam to this edge. And if we go to edge mode, select both of them, press L. Now you see that we get a clean transition. And we can even try it with G2, which will make the transition even cleaner. Yeah, this looks cool. I leave it like this. Back view, select this one, Shift select this one, Shift D, bring this one out, press OK, go to top view, SY0 for scaling them along the y-axis and making them flat. So SY0, yeah, this looks cool. And bring both of them to the back by pressing GG for moving them, 3. Okay. And now let's scale them along the x-axis, pressing S, X. These two curves reach from this part to this part. What we want to do is creating imprint curves which are at the same height as these ones. That's why I have made all these operations. Press Shift I. The target body is our hand. But we don't want the imprint to be on this part also, so we press Hide Occlusion. I don't know why this one is still, why this one remains. Let's press OK. We don't need this. Press Shift X, delete this. Okay, now let's make the same imprint thing on this part. Go to Back View, go to Shift I, select this one. Then select the first curve, Shift select the second curve. Now we can loft these two edges, pressing L. Let's try G2 continuity. This one is okay, this transition, but here it is bending too much, even if I play around with the tension. Yeah, let's try here, G1. This transition is okay, this looks better. Let's again play with the tension. That's up to you, of course, all these little adjustments. I'm giving you, anyhow, only the main idea of how to surface such organic objects. All the little adjustments are, of course, up to your personal preferences. So let's select all these 4 sheets and join them. And now we should be able to surface these holes without having any drama. Let's go ahead and try. Yeah, G1 works. Let's try G2. G2 breaks. Let's go ahead with G1 right away without making any further experiments. Let's do the same here on the bottom. Next step is going to face mode and delete this, all this stuff, pressing Shift X, select this and delete redundant topology so it doesn't look that messed up. Bottom view, create an isoparam curve here. Select this face, press your isoparam, shortcut whatever it is, and create an isoparam curve here. And I will take this one, Shift D, drag it along the Z-axis so that I have the curve exactly under this curve, under this edge. Make a duplicate again of this one, pressing Shift D. Okay, go to control point mode, select both of them and loft them. In G1 continuity, let's play again with a little bit with the tension. Make something like this. We are making the similar thing or the same thing we did at the beginning. There we had a little curve here somewhere in the middle, maybe you remember. Select the whole loop, Shift D, duplicate this guy, press OK, and now we have access to our sweep. And select the spine, which is this one in this case. That's okay. Let's see how we are doing. We go to object mode, select both of them, press J, and if we isolate it, pressing Shift H and hide the edges, we have something like this going on, which looks cool. I like it. But you can still go to back view, bring back the rest. If you are not pleased with this transition, you can go ahead and select this whole face. Let's bring back our edges. These faces, go to back view, Alt, join them, create a line, which we will use as a cutter. Disable the snapping so we see what we are doing. Something like this. Press OK. And select the thumb. Press C and select the cutter. Press OK. And let's see if we can, when we are deleting this, let's see if we are getting a better transition. But no, we have to make a harsher cut. Let's again go to the back view, select this one, control point mode, and bring this one to somewhere here. Select this one, press C for cut. This is our cutter. Press OK to get rid of this intersection. We have to make a second cut. Let's delete it. Select both parts, the thumb and the hand. Shift H. Let's try to loft these guys by going to edge mode. Select this one and then this one. Let's loft them. Yeah, this looks okay. Even try. No, this looks too wobbly. No, that's not what we want. G1 is completely fine. Press OK. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Press L. Yeah, this looks cool. I like it. This looks clean. Select all the parts we have, or 4 sheets, and join them. Let's go to edge mode, loop. Select this one with Alt. Patch it. Let's see if we can get away with G1 at the middle parts. And it seemed to work. Let's do also G1 here. And this one, so we have completely G1. Yeah, it works. Yeah, perfect. Press OK. Now we have made the inner part. And let's do also the same thing with the outer hole. In edge mode, Alt, select the hole, loop selected again. G1 works. Maybe some of you will say, yeah, with sculpting or other software, polygon modeling, you will achieve this much easier, which may be correct. But the point of these videos is to achieve such things with the CAD program. Give this thumb another direction, because I don't want this thumb to go this way. And also let's give it another shape. So therefore, let's go to the back view, create a line. Again, it can start from this point. It is all one object, therefore we have to split the last part of the thumb. Let's look from the bottom. Yeah, maybe we can create another circle. And if we go to face mode and delete all these faces, again, try to patch it. G1 continuity, we have something like this. It still looks ugly. I don't like it. Maybe I will do a complete different techniques in order to get a nice fingertip for the thumb. Create a sphere. Go to the bottom view. So adjust it according to the thumb. And now we can cut this one with the line. So create a line pressing Shift A. Delete this one. Delete the face. Go to face mode. Delete this face. Take this line, rotate it. Pressing R. So R twice. So you can freestyle rotate it. Go to top view. Bring this guy to somewhere here. Again to back view. GG. Shift D. Yeah, let's cut this. Delete these lines. It's too cluttered now. Rejoin these. So we were after these lines. That's the only thing which we are interested in. Select these three sheets. Join them. Loft. Let's loft these two. G1 continuity. That's okay. Let's loft the bottom sheets. These two. Press L. It gives us drama. Gives us drama because of the weird thing which is going on here. So let's go to face mode and create an isoparam curve. Let's play with the tension a little bit. Select this one, loft it, and this one also. G1 is fine. Shift J, G1 continuity, that's okay. It looks weird, but we will fix it. We will fix it again by selecting these faces and deleting them. Now we will resurface all these parts for getting a better transition. Let's go to solid mode, select all these and join them. And if we switch off the edges, we have something like this going on. Let's also switch off the curve. Yeah, if we look from the front view, it looks like a fist. From the side view also, although this one could have been a little bit more here to the inside, but I won't play around with this one also. For this one now. This one looks also okay from this perspective and from this perspective also. So if you bring back all the edges, we can now make an arm, create a circle from the center, something like this. That's okay. Of course, bring back all the curves. Otherwise, we won't see the curves we are creating. That's a mistake I always do. Edge mode. Extrude this one, press OK. We don't need this curve any longer. We can delete it. We can go to solid mode and bring this one here. I don't know, that's not that important. Well, it is important. Let's bring this one here, somewhere here, so we can have a nice transition from the hand to the arm, because now we are making the wrist of our comic hand. Select both edges, press L for lofting, and it gives us a weird result. G2 gives us an error. Okay, let's go to top view, create a line, something like this. That's okay. Bring this guy further to toward the hand. Create imprint curves. Let's look from the side view. Bring this one up. And then Shift I, select this hand, then the curve, press OK. We have our first isoparam. I always say isoparam, I mean imprint curve. Let's do the same for this one. Take this line, bring it down. Let's go to the bottom. Again, imprint, Shift I, select the hand, then the line, press OK, select this one. And if we try to surface it now, let's see if we get still weird results. So let's first select this half, press L. Yeah, this looks cool. Select these two lines, loft them, and select the edges with G1 continuity. That's okay. And if we select all these sheets and join them, we can extrude it as we like. What happens if we take this guy and shift join it, patch hole, and you see that we have a solid now. We have a perfect solid. You can go ahead and print it, 3D print it if you like. Okay, off the record, I did some experiments with this one, because let me show it without the edges. I wasn't that pleased with this result. The transition here looked weird. I wanted to have a cleaner transition, and this is what I came up with. That's the first thing. The second thing is, again, at the thumb, I wasn't pleased with this transition, and here is a cleaner result. And if we look with the edges, you can see what I have done. I won't show these steps one by one, because by now I think that you are able to surface it on your own. And if you are still exhausted, you can do these steps. And the thing which I have done is, I have just taken, let me go to face mode. I have deleted these faces. So this face loop I have deleted, and I have deleted this face loop and resurfaced it with loop. And after resurfacing this, I had a result like this. And after that, I deleted these face loops, this one and this one, and resurfaced it with loop. I have also used, in some cases, XNURBs, which I highly recommend to you guys to get the version where the XNURB is available, because you will need it, because as you can see, surfacing in and of itself is a can be very exhausting and very tedious. And if you have a powerful tool like XNURBS, it will make things much less complicated and frustrating. So I have used a mixture of looping and XNURBing for this one. And that's how I came up with the slightly cleaner transition, as you can see here. That's the one we did together. That's the one I did off the record. And it would be a good exercise for you to do it on your own. So I hope you liked this tutorial.
Stay tuned for the next part where we will model cartoon Chucks. Yeah, you heard it right. Thanks for tuning in and peace!